y'all, it's Chloe and we're back with another video. You guys, I want to talk about Love is Blind season 3, okay? I am going to be doing this couple by couple, so go ahead and hit that notification bell so when I upload these videos, y'all can catch them, okay? So I want to talk about Raven and SK. I'm pretty sure by now you guys seen how this ended, but I want to talk about the relationship and how I feel as though SK made the right decision for both of them. Both of them. Okay, so let's just start off, right? So when they were in the pods, they seemed to have been connecting. She seemed to be open to his culture. She knew he was going to school. Everything seemed great. They choose each other. Raven then shut down Bartise as she should. And sidebar, I'm happy that, you know, she didn't fall for that Bartise lines that he was giving to her at the pool, okay? The whole little situation, like how we look good together and you are my type and you this, that, and the other. Like, Bartise, shut up, because you're not even that hot to be doing all that talking, but we're going to get to you in another video, okay? But I'm happy that she shut him down because it's not about the looks. That's the whole thing that we have to understand. The point of Love is Blind. Love is Blind is saying, I am emotionally connected to you. Now, I will say that I was a little nervous for SK. SK and Raven when they first got out them pods, okay? Because you could tell that it seemed like Raven was not, you know, feeling him or liking the way he looked or attracted to him of some sort. So she was like, you know, real distant. They were sitting far apart from each other in the bed. They was in the bathroom having awkward conversations. And it just didn't seem like they was going to connect. So when he did the little massage session and, you know, opened up the heart chakras, I was like, that must work, okay? Because he was really doing like that. And I'm like, next thing you know, they in the pool and she said, I think I'm falling in love with you. And I was like, oh, okay. I saw the romance begin to happen, okay? They move into the house and, you know, Raven is saying that she doesn't want to have sex until she's married, but she can't make no promises that they won't mess up, okay? Now, there's a lot of things that's a little off when it comes to Raven and SK, and I'm glad they didn't get married, and this is why. So because SK is African, I feel like Raven was sacrificing a whole lot of herself for him, okay? When it came down to, you know, the traditional African family, it was like she was conforming everything about herself to the needs of him. There was no Raven left after, you know, you put her with SK. Even though SK said that he loved the fact that she was independent, he loved the fact that she was this, that, and other, you could just tell that it was not the traditional way and it was never going to work out because of that. Now, here's my issue with Raven. Raven knew that SK was going to school, okay? So if you knew SK was going to school and you knew that he was going to be living on campus, why did you decide that that was the man you was going to marry and then turn around and tell him that you expect him to pay the rent at a place while he's in school living on campus? Something about that just don't seem right. It's not realistic, okay? Now, I can see if you live close to the school and he was living there together and he goes to campus and then come back and goes to campus and come back, but y'all wasn't even going to be in the same state if I'm not mistaken. So how does this work? How does this work? Why did you guys choose each other? And SK, I don't understand why you would come on the show to say you want to get married to someone, okay? Well, you're about to go to school and you're going to be living on campus. I need you to help me. It makes sense to me because it is not making sense. You want to marry someone and then you're going to school in the next couple of months to live on campus. How does that work? Where does your wife fit in that? And I could understand why she was saying it was like too much. Like, I didn't expect to get married to take on, to still be struggling. Like, I didn't get married to still have to pay all the rent. So I understand where she's coming from as a wife. Like, oh, I'm going to need help. Like, we're supposed to be in a better, 2 incomes is better than 1. But now you talking about going to school, you're not going to be working, not wanting to pay the bills, but I'm supposed to be your wife and I'm supposed to be holding it down. How does this work? How does this fall in place together? Where are you picking up your weight? This is why I don't understand why he even came here. Because if you ask me, SK is playing games. He's wasting time. He wastes Raven's time because, for one, he's not ready to be married. He's not even in a position he's not in a position to have a wife. He needs to be focusing on school. So why did they accept for him to come on Love is Blind? Another issue that I see in their family is the fact that, you know, his family was really big on her family not being involved. And my thing is, like, you can't help the family that you come from. I really hate that he made her feel bad for not having her family there, as if she didn't feel bad enough, okay? So although his family is accepting of her, I don't understand why they're making it such a big deal that her family isn't involved. And she said, it's not like you haven't spoken to my family. They just don't want to be a part of the process, okay? I don't think it has anything to do with the fact that they don't support her. They don't want to be on camera. I think that's really all that it boils down to, the fact that her family does not want to be on camera. I hate that he made her feel so bad about her family not being there. I just didn't like it at all, okay? SK mother is very, very supportive, okay? When she came in and she put the head wrap on her and she told her that she was happy that she was going to be her daughter-in-law and everything, I just melted in my heart, okay? When they get to the altar and, you know, she's saying her vows and he's saying his vows and everything was beautiful. I mean, I was sitting here like, there's no way he can say no. And he said no. And I appreciate him for actually saying no, because that means that he cares deeply for her to know that this is not the right situation for them right now. He said that he was willing to take the risk of losing her, but he wanted to do what was best for them. After all the conversations and everything that they had, I really feel like it came down to the fact that SK realized that he wasn't going to have the traditional wife that he basically wanted. Although he said he wanted someone who was independent and on their own and strong and all this other stuff, after you started to see the dynamics of his family, you started to realize that this was not the woman for him. I honestly don't think that they can ever really work out, because although she's willing to compromise for him, I feel as though she will learn to resent him because she will lose herself for him. So at the end of the day, I'm happy that they didn't get married. I feel sad for her, because when she walked out crying and she took that walk by herself, and it's like she knew that this wasn't going to work, and she didn't have the balls to say no. So I'm glad that he did, because this wouldn't work. This would have ended divorce. They would have had a long distance relationship that would have suffered. It would have been a struggle love situation. I think honestly, if you know that it's going to be a struggle, why even jump into it? I just really feel upset with the fact that SK drag this situation. You got this girl to open up. You got her to be vulnerable for you. But I will say that I feel like SK knew that this wasn't the woman for him. Although he wanted although he wanted a independent woman, he really don't. After meeting his mother, after listening to them talk about how, you know, you have to be submissive and you have to be this, I realized that she was open to, you know, trying to be that woman for him. But in the long run, she would have got tired of bending over backwards for him. That's not her culture. That's not her traditions. So it would have been a struggle for her to adapt. The fact that, you know, they even tried to make a big deal out of her wearing a regular wedding dress seemed weird, because she was already wearing a head wrap. Like, she wanted to incorporate half of her culture and half of his culture. But he was literally taking over everything in the most subtle way. So I'm glad that this didn't work out. But SK was full of ish, because he knew he wasn't ready to be married. He knew he wasn't in no position to be anyone's husband. And that's just that on that. But I will say that she took that walk. She held her head up high. Even though she cried, and y'all, I felt so mad and angry with SK, because I'm like, why would you do this? Why would you let her embarrass herself like that? But I'd rather it happen now than later, after all the hurt and drama and trauma has been done. So, with that being said, I hope that maybe one day they could work it out and be friends. Do I think that they'll be a great married couple? Absolutely not. There's already too many red flags that has been waving through the whole relationship. So overall, y'all, I wish them the best of luck. Okay, y'all, so I want to hear how you feel about this whole situation. Were you upset? Were you happy? Were you mad like me and then realized that it was the best for them? Let me know down in the comments below. Go ahead and hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel and make sure your notification bell is on, because Bartice and Nancy are up next. With all that being said, y'all, I'm out of here. Peace.